What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Colton Posey Fishing. Today, I'm kind of going to go over what I left off of on the last video. So, the second biggest question that I get is, how do you get sponsors for bass fishing? How do I get sponsors? That's the most common question I get all the time. How do I get sponsors? So, So you have a couple different options. There's programs. You may hear my turkeys in the background; they're hanging around right here. But there's a couple of different options that you have. So a lot of the companies now they have programs, and in these programs, you can become a pro staff member. Um, and as being a pro staff member, they give you. There's all different kinds of different programs when you become part of a pro staff. One of the main things that they do is they give you some kind of little discount and you promote their company and their products and so on and so forth. Um, so that may be an option for some people, and then most people think that if you get accepted by a company or something like that, they automatically start paying you. No, a lot of times that's not what happens. Sometimes it's a little bit here, sometimes it's products, sometimes it's money. It just all depends on the situation. But the main thing, if you're wanting to make it out there to where you can fish comfortably, um, seeking out sponsors is probably not going to be your best idea, because you've got to understand these companies gets guys non-stop. I mean, non-stop, pounding them with applications and emails and stuff like that, just wanting to get their foot in the door. Doing that is not going to help. Getting your name out there will help. They will contact you if your name is out there. So I've been on both sides of the aisle, where I've contacted companies and I've also had companies contact me. Um, it's just, how do I say it? Don't get into a rhythm of just trying to get on with any company that you can, just so you can say you have a sponsor or something like that, because their products might be crap, and then your name gets thrown in the gutter. Um, I've worked with a couple companies that was like that. Used their products, liked some of their products, but they wanted me to produce or endorse a lot of their products that I did not like. So therefore, I had to cut them off. I can't endorse a product that I do not use or that I do not like, and a lot of times they don't like that either. If you're not willing to do that, so um, you've got to be able to put your foot down when you have to. But if you watched my last video about how to start becoming a pro or whatever, or how to start becoming a full-time fisherman, once you start getting out there and getting your name out there, people's going to start recognizing you. Whether it's through social media or face-to-face interaction. Face-to-face interaction is one of the best things you can do. Everybody's on social media, but there is not many people nowadays who want to talk to other people face to face, and if they do, they're stuck up their butts, So there's that. So finding that fine line of, if you go to some kind of trade show or something like that, you want to be over there talking to the guys who run this stuff, getting to know them. Is there anything I can do to help you? Don't ask for something in return. Is there anything I can do to help? If you show them you're willing to do something for nothing, but at the same time, if they approach you as in wanting you to do something for the company, for nothing, like, hey, you can put our name on your jersey and we'll give you a little discount. You're putting in all this work and stuff. You may have to put your foot down and be like, no, like I appreciate the offer for the discount and stuff, but I know what I'm worth. I've got to get this much or whatever. You've got to be able to know your worth. That's the main thing. Know your worth. Don't sell yourself short, and don't oversell yourself. You're not going to sign $1 million contract just because you fished a few tournaments or whatever. But signing a $1,300 contract per month or whatever it may be, Just giving an example. Um, that helps. That leads to something. You get your foot in the door. Don't, if as long as you're not stalling out and you're working your tail off for them, don't forget that you're working your tail off for them. They owe you what you're worth, and you owe them what you believe they're worth also. So don't sell yourself short, and don't sell them short, or don't oversell yourself. That's one of the main things. But don't beat these guys in the head. They're getting emails and stuff all day long, and comments on social media and everything else. It's just not. It's not feasible to do it that way. They notice that. They may throw you on their pro staff, and then you're going to be stuck in a system with multiple numbers, and you'll probably never get out. So just be advised to be careful when accepting pro staff deals and things of that nature. Okay, understand what you're doing. The main thing is like in the last video that I said, put in the work, get your butt out there and fish as much as you can. Learn everything you can. The younger the better. The younger the better. Plus, when I was a kid, we didn't have these programs and stuff like they do now. You can fish in high school now. You can get recognized as early as high school. Look at Jordan Lee. Look at Matt Lee. Look at them boys. They're from not far from me. And they work their way up through the high school scene. They're getting that experience through the high school scene, and then they go to college, and then they get an even deeper experience through the college. And then by the time they get out, they're recognized. People are dying to get them on their pro staff and everything else. I mean, you've got to put in the work. You've got to put in the work. So if you really want sponsors, who care about you, who work for you, work with you. I'm not going to say work for you. None of them work for you. But if you want sponsors who are going to work with you and you work with them and have a mutual relationship that is respectable, work your tail off. They will notice. They're always watching for that next Jordan Lee, that next Matt Lee, that next Gerald Swindle, that next Mike Iaconelli, that next Kevin Van Dam, Casey Ashley, whoever you may look up to. They're looking for that next guy. And that doesn't mean if you're not at their level that you won't get accepted, but don't sell yourself up to their level if you're not at their level. Just be realistic about it. So don't go crazy buying new boats and all this stuff unless you can afford it. Get established. Get your name out there. Take it a step at a time. These guys ain't going anywhere. They are the main suppliers for the fishing world. They're not going anywhere. They're going to be there whenever you're ready to be up there, okay? So take your time, get established, get that experience, get confident, learn how to market, learn how to talk to people, learn kindness. That's one of the main things. A cocky attitude. Just a sponsor who sees a cocky attitude, they just ignore them altogether, because most of these guys are just laid back guys, and they're looking to do whatever they can to help promote the company. That's their job. They're there to promote the company and look for individuals to promote the company who can be the face of the company, okay? That's like Gerald Swindle with Zoom. I mean, Gerald, he's always fished with Zoom, which he may have swapped now. I don't know. They all flop back and forth on the Elite Series and MLF and all that. So, but either way, just work your tail off, get established, get your name out there to learn how to market, learn how to talk to people. These sponsors will find you. They will find you. Now, there was a company that I reached out to, never heard a word from them, but I've always used their products. They make in my opinion, they make the best jigs on the market. G-Money Jigs. Okay, I've always used their stuff. I used other jigs too, and I still do. I use certain other jigs for certain situations or for certain areas that I fish. But G-Money Jigs was the number one jig that I used all the time. That's the jig that I won most of my tournaments on as just a local, one of the like Saturday morning pot tournaments. It's like $20. Those are the jigs that I made most of my money on. and I never heard nothing from them. And I would always, I'll never forget, I would always just sit there and look like, man, I'd really love to be just, I don't even want anything from them, but I just want, I want to know the person who owns the company, and I did. I got to know the person that owns the company. Wonderful people, and that makes it easier to use their products. But they make wonderful products. That was a company that I wasn't looking to get anything from, but I used their stuff, and I felt like I needed to get their name out there because I like their stuff. Period. So you've got to be willing to do that too, you know. And some of these smaller companies that you use their stuff, if you're wanting that relationship with them to help build them up, because what happens is if you help them build their company up, they're going to help you in the long run, especially if you have a good relationship with them. Okay? I mean, it's that simple. That's what I mean by kindness. You've got to be willing to do that. But either way, put in the work, get your name out there, understand what's going on at all times, fish your heart out, learn how to market, so on and so forth. Everything I just went over, they will find you. I promise. They will find you. They're not sitting there with their eyes closed waiting for somebody to contact them, okay? Everybody's contacted them already. Just get your name out there. They will get a hold of you. I promise. So I hope this video helps somebody. That's one of the, like I said, the last video and then this video, this is one of the number one questions I get all the time. I've been putting it off for however many years, and I just kind of wanted to nip it in the bud and be done with it. So if somebody asks me, I can just direct them to this. So, but that is my opinion on all this, on what to do as far as becoming a full-time angler and then becoming sponsored by companies and stuff. So just work your tail off. Work your tail off. You think your job's hard, you're working 40, 50, 60 hours a week somewhere, get in this game. You will work 100 hours, I promise. It's nonstop. So either way, I appreciate it, everybody. I really, really do. I appreciate the support so much. It's good to be back doing this. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, where we can grow the channel. I would really appreciate it. See you next time.